Okay, I got a lightning bird kilowattrel, I think. I got a Fue Coco.
Mocha.
Got a Diglett.
I can't read this girl's name.
And I got a Tinkaton. Oh, I got something else.
Oh, Jet Energy.
Energy. All right. Ouch.
Sayaka. Rhythm.
Whoa.
Oh, and we got a sign card. Auto.
What?
I
Dude, that's nice.
think this is the hit.
I would say so. That's pretty cool. What if we got signed Pokemon cards?
Dude, I would love it. I don't
How would
know.
that
I
work?
mean, they did it with like the Marnie, I think, right?
Oh, you're right. Trainers.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
what
some
if
trainer
Pokemon
cards.
like put their paw print?
Oh, that'd be cool, actually.
Yeah, my cats all signed my birthday card for me. It's pretty cool. They got their paw prints on there.
Oh, that's awesome. Was it
I
your
think
birthday recently?
it was a while ago. I think
Oh,
my wife helped.
okay.
I don't think they did
They
it
didn't
on their own.
organize it themselves.
No. They are all using the toilet now though.
Oh, wow, that was fast.
Yeah, well, Mochi's got her KD ratio is not great. But yeah, she's doing pretty good.
I've only ever seen that in movies. Cats going. I didn't know that was a real thing until last week when you said you were toilet training your cat. I was like, what do you mean toilet training? And I was like, I only thought that was a thing in the movies. You see cats use the bathroom.
The downside is that we'll go out for the day and then come home and their toilet's like full. And it's just, I don't know, it's kind of gnarly because you don't have like, it's not buried in litter. It's like just a giant pile underwater.
Yeah.
Don't know if we're gonna start the episode with that. That's
No,
pretty.
I don't.
That's pretty graphic.
Leave it in.
We did a pack opening and then we went right into cats defecating.
Yeah. Peak content.
Peak content. Have you? So you said you didn't really know much about this new first partner product that was revealed in English.
No, I briefly saw something, but I didn't look into it at all. I didn't. Yeah, I just saw the picture and kind of moved on.
Do you remember the first partner jumbo packs that came out during celebrations?
I have a terrible memory. If I saw it, I probably would, but no, I don't really.
Okay. So the way this product worked was it was part of the anniversary, his 25th anniversary product. And yeah, they looked like jumbo booster packs. Like it was a a pack of jumbo cards, except it also came with two booster packs inside. So it was kind of like weird and lopsided. It wasn't exactly how you would picture a jumbo booster pack, but they reprinted all of these starters as jumbos. So they did Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, all the way up to Gen 8, I think, at the time. Is that right? I think that's right. And including Pikachu. So 25 starters in total. And it came with this jumbo binder from Pokemon. And so the binder came with Pikachu, which means each jumbo pack had 3 starters in it. And they staggered the release throughout the year. And they went in reverse. So it started with Gen 8. You could go to the store and buy the first partner pack. You open it up and it had 3 jumbo Gen 8 starters in it. And then the following month, they released the Gen 7 starters all the way down to, I think it was September, when you could go get the first partner pack and it had Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle in it. So if you bought the first partner packs throughout the year, then you would eventually complete the binder. You'd have all 25. They're kind of doing that again, except this time it's not jumbos, it's illustration rares. So we had a product reveal earlier this week. It's called the First Partner Illustration Collection. It's a little boxed product. It looks like it comes with 2 booster packs. In the product images that we got, there's a Mega Evolution pack and there's a Mega Evolution Phantasmal Flames pack. And then there's a third pack, and it's the first partner pack. It says Series 1 on it. It contains 3 of 9 cards. So, what's available in Series 1 is the Generation 1, Generation 4, and Generation 7 starters. So, it's a
Ooh,
small 9-card set. And
that's cool.
yeah, they're all illustration rares or art rares.
Nice. Um, so they're gonna release it similar way, like where it's gonna be series one the first 3 months, series two the next 3 months, or something like that. Staggered release.
I think so. So, I mean, we don't, all we know is like all we got is the product images. So,
Mm.
everything else is speculation. Um, I we can only assume that there's going to be series 1, series 2, and series 3. If you follow the pattern that's set here, series 2 is going to be generation 2, 5, and 8, and series 3 would be generations 3, 6, and 9. But what's kind of been on the back of my mind is if series 1 comes out at the start of the year, series 2 is mid-year, and series 3 is maybe fall, maybe as early as summer. Um, what about Gen 10?
Like when is it gonna be released?
Yeah, I would think that they might stuff it into series 3 if it comes out
Ooh,
late enough in the year. You know, if Gen
really?
10 is revealed, I think isn't it usually November, September, November-ish, that time when they reveal that kind of stuff?
I believe so. I think yeah, Scarlet Violet. I think started like it's either November, December ish was like the game, and then I think the cards started coming out in January in Japan at least. I think
And the starters always come out first, pretty much.
as far as like the cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would think so. I can't
I
remember
I
specifically, but yeah.
remember Fue Coco, Sprigatito,
Ah, yeah,
and Water Starter
Quaxley.
Quaxley. I
Yeah,
remember them coming out as promos, and they kind of broke the ice on Scarlet and Violet there.
yeah. Maybe we'll see introduction into Generation 10 at the end of this year sometime with some. Maybe they had that promo too. That SV, what is it? SV01, the Pikachu with all the starters on it.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
so maybe we'll see something like that. That'd be really cool. I don't know if they'll include it in this. That'd be interesting if they did. That'd be a fun way to introduce it.
I'm willing to bet that they are, because I just feel it's kind of weird to release um this huge set of illustration rare starters to kick off a new generation and not
Yeah.
include the new gen. I think either we'll see it in series 3 or they're going to be included in another product perhaps. You know, like just a new collection box with those 3 promos so you can add them to the set.
Are you pretty confident then that the Gen 10 is going to be starting at the end of this year, beginning of next? Because I don't even know if like I wasn't even thinking that way. I mean, I think about a year ago I assumed that it was going to start, but then we got an Mega Evolution announced, and now I'm like, I don't know what they're doing.
No, I'm
I
just
know.
operating on an assumption.
Okay, I know. Maybe a couple years ago, actually, I don't know if it who it was in the Pokemon company. I forget the guy's name. It's the president of the Pokemon company put out like a statement saying that they're gonna try and slow down on the releases of generations. It sounded something to that effect where they're not gonna be pumping out as many generations at like the same periods as they were like every 3 or 4 years. They were gonna maybe draw it out just a little bit.
Mm.
So I got to find that post from a long time ago because I don't know if anybody if I don't hear people reference it all that often. But I do. I'm almost certain that that was something that was put out like a couple years ago, and I'm wondering what kind, like, how long were they thinking of extending that? Was it 6 months or was it a couple years? I don't think it would be that much. Like 5 years in between generations would kind of be a lot, but um, yeah, dude, I'm excited for Gen 10. New evolution possibly maybe.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know that. Okay, well now that was that Ishihara that said that.
Maybe. Yeah, I gotta look it up. I don't know. Is he the yeah, he's the president, right, of
He
Pokemon?
was. He
Or he
was.
was?
Yeah, that's interesting because uh, I thought that they had. uh, sort of bridged the gap with Mega Evolution because Scarlet and Violet was received so poorly by the consumers. That game was obviously rushed. I didn't
Mm,
play it, so I can't speak to whether it was good or not. But I saw videos, I saw the screenshots. You know, it could have been a little more polished, and that I mean they can't that can't be a good thing for them. So I assumed that they were taking another year to develop the next generation further.
mm,
Um, and so Mega Evolution ended up being in there, but if it was planned out further ahead, that would also make sense to me.
yeah. I guess time will tell. A lot is happening though, for sure. Like with news and stuff this week, with like surrounding the 30th anniversary. Um, I'd put it in our little Google Doc, but that 30th anniversary logo we talked about last week for Pokemon International, or Japan's Pokemon logo for the 30th anniversary. Korea has one now that they announced with the Magikarp. It looks similar to that one, but it's just the Magikarp instead of the Pikachu, which is really cool. I don't know if you saw this. I wanted to share this with you. So I guess like Magikarp's pretty big in Korea. Here's the logo for that, but they just had a lantern festival in Korea, and it was all like a bunch of Magikarps and this Gyarados on this river, and I just thought it was really cool. I guess I don't know, it's just on theme for the logo, because
Th-
some people were debating whether the logo was actually real or not. The Pokemon, like Korean Pokemon Instagram, the official Instagram, like is the one that posted it. So I'm assuming it's pretty, legit.
That's insanely cool. If that almost looks like I mean, I don't know what's real or whatnot anymore, but I don't think that's AI. That looks pretty cool.
I think this photo might have been AI cleaned up. I found other photos. There are other photos of it
Now that
online.
you mention it, Gyarados' face isn't quite right, is it?
I think this is like an AI cleaned up version of it, but there are other photos. If you look up Magikarp Lantern Festival Korea, there's a bunch of different pictures of it. This is just the best, like, looking photo that I found. But yeah, this was at like December 12th. It happened, or it says to the 4th of January, I guess. But yeah, just it's really cool. I think that's cool that they're doing this with the 30th anniversary. I don't know if we'll get other region specific logos. I was thinking that'd be really cool if they did that, similar to how they have prefectural Pokemon, ambassador Pokemon in Japan,
Hmm.
where each prefecture gets their Pokemon. Here in Okinawa, it's the Growlithe. In other, I think Yokohama or somewhere, it's the Slowpoke. Um, I think it'd be really cool if they did that like on an international level, where Germany has their own Pokemon, and all different countries have their own Pokemon. I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I've always wanted to see Pikachu with a maple leaf shaped cheek.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that's asking a little much though.
Yeah,
I don't think Canada can claim Pikachu. That's a little
we
greedy.
can get some fan art of it.
Yeah, there we go. We do have a lot to cover this week. Welcome back to the Weekly Weedle. This is episode number 15. Can you believe we've ripped through 15 episodes already?
It feels like it's been 30. No, I'm just kidding.
It feels like it's been 100 years. I'm tired, boss.
No, yeah, it is yeah, it doesn't feel like we've been going that long actually. So good for 15 episodes.
A lot has happened this week. I mean, we've got the Illustrator to talk about. We've got, the big Lego reveal. There's Gym Pack 4. But first, you said that there's a lot happening for you this week. So what's going on?
Yeah, I've been busy. I one of my biggest things, I guess, was it kind of like I don't even know if I put it in the Discord, but one of my 2026 resolutions or goals for myself in Pokemon was to be more consistent with like selling and like the business side of Pokemon, the side hustle part of it. I've done it in the past on and off, where I just grade cards and kind of flip them to make a little bit of profit, but I've been very inconsistent over the years with it. And part of that is because these last few years it's been like the competition is grown a lot. I used to have like a really good competitive advantage being in Japan. There was a lot of arbitrage opportunities for me. There still is some, but it's been so much less because of the efficiency and the amount of people in Pokemon. It's been a lot harder. It was very casual when I first started, and I could easily, buy cards and make some money on them. Now I have to actually put some time in and work for it. Uh, but I was kind of thinking on it over the last couple weeks and months about how I could, find my niche in making that money again in a way that's like more consistent and easier. And I think I'm kind of going to lean into the ARS grading. I tested a few. I started listing stuff on eBay, and I don't usually haven't done that in a while. My eBay store has been barren for a long time, but I listed just a few of these like base set beat up cards that I put in ARS slabs in a grade 1 condition. They're just damaged cards that I picked up for, this was like 20 $25, but some of like the Raichus and the Mewtwo's are like $3 to $5. Uh
Wow.
and then I put them up on eBay and I've sold them. Like I've sold, I think in the last, I just started a couple of days putting them up, and I've paid like $400 or $500 in the last couple of days. They're just like flying. So I'm trying to lean into that. I think that I found a good thing, just buying beat up hollows and putting them in these slabs because they're so displayable. And I think that recently ARS has like had a surge of demand with like overseas buyers. So I'm gonna, yeah, lean into that. That's been like kind of fun and exciting for me. And then uh I started playing this game. So it's called Pokemon Frienda, and it's an arcade game where you have these little discs um, that you get, and they have Pokemon on them.
I've
There's
seen
a
those. Yeah.
Rayquaza, yeah. There's a Rayquaza, Deoxys, and you put them down on the thing. You could play 3 Pokemon at a time. And I started playing it because my son was playing it, and there's just like this line of machines with these screens, and it's just a button masher game. There's not a lot of strategy to it except for like typings and weakness and strengths. But you just sit there, and to attack, you're just button mashing these 2 buttons as fast as you can. But I started playing with my son because he likes it, and just to spend time with him. And I got kind of addicted to it now, and I'm like buying these things online and playing with him. I went, actually today I was off, and so while they were at school, I went to the arcade by myself, and I was like playing. I'm like the only adult there, a bunch of like 6-year-old kids playing this, and I'm just sitting there ta 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 smashing these buttons. Um, that's, yeah, that's the other thing that's been going on. So I've been doing that. That's a lot of fun. Um, and then a few other things, but I'll save it for next week maybe.
Okay, that's a hilarious image. You going to the arcade with without your kids.
This is the first time I did it. I just was like, it was on a whim today. I was like, I'm in the area. I'm just
Gonna
gonna go over
stop
there.
by.
Yeah. He's like, you went without me when I came home, and I showed him the ones I got because you can win the discs like through the game.
Mm.
And I showed him the ones I got, and he's like, "You went without me," and I was like, "Yeah, you were at school."
That's so funny. That's so
Yeah.
funny.
Anything?
Betrayal.
Yeah, I know, right? Anything with you though?
Nothing for me really. I was just busy
Yeah.
with work this week. I did manage to snag a pre-order from the Pokemon Center of the new English set that was revealed called Perfect Order. Um,
Yeah.
I decided to actually sit this one out at first,
Oh,
and
really?
then about an hour into the drop, I thought, I don't know what's in this set. They haven't revealed anything from this set, so I was like, hey, if I get in, if I can grab something, I will. And I got a booster box and an ETB. So I
Nice.
tried to sit this one out and failed. The
It's
thing about these Pokemon Center drops is like it's so far in advance, you are free to cancel if you want. So I thought I might
Yeah.
as well go basically put my order in, reserve my position in line. They don't charge you until it ships. So I am totally capable of reselling the booster box and the ETB if I want to make some money, but I'm more likely to just cancel if the set isn't for me.
Yeah. This pack art right here. So the pack art, I'm assuming, is gonna be representative, like, or reflective of what's gonna be in the set. Who knows what gets an SAR, but I'm assuming like the Zygarde, and people are hoping this Mega Starmie gets it. Um, is this Meowth on the bench? Is that from an art? I feel like that's from. Is it the Uninori art that he's on a bench?
He's on a tree in the Unanori one.
Okay. Is there one where he's on a bench? I feel like maybe I'm thinking of some
I mean,
other
maybe
card.
if you go back, you might be able to find Meowth
Yeah.
on a bench, but I don't think so.
Okay. But yeah, that'd be cool if we got a Meowth card. Oh, what's this?
So that's a ETB promo. It's
Oh, okay.
Tyrant.
Okay, so that's the only kind of reveal we have, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, so if we look back at mega packs so far, do we have any pack cards featuring Pokemon that are not featured as SIRs? I think they all are.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong person. I have no idea with English.
So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a Zygarde, Meowth, Starmie, and Mega Clefable.
Dude, that thing is wicked. I don't know. It's like they clipped art a bunch of like different parts from. I don't know. I don't understand the Clefable at all. It
It's a
might be worse than the Mega Starmie, honestly.
it's a little bit of an abomination.
Yeah, like it's like Frankenstein. They just put different pieces together.
We'll see what the card art looks like because that Dragonite SIR is beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, they'll do work with it for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so I snagged some of this. This set isn't looking too good. It's so weird to speculate just on product design. Like we don't know very much outside of like the ETB design and the pack art. But yeah, people are ripping this thing to shreds. Personally, I think it looks a lot like Shrouded Fable, which came out a couple years ago. It was really more of a TCG focus set. It did
Mm.
not land for collectors, but it was great for TCG players if you're familiar with like Monkey Dory in the meta, Monkey Dory and Gardevoir. So
And the
yeah,
Pheasantipity was
that's right.
another card too that was really good.
That's right. So we'll see what happens with that. That's Nile Zero in Japanese.
It's Munichusu Zero, but I don't know why they call it Nihil Zero. But if you
Hmm.
read the Japanese, it says Munichusu Zero.
Okay. I think both are attack names, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah. I think
Okay.
Nihil Zero is like the English translation, maybe. I don't know.
Mm. Well, who knows?
Yeah,
We might never find out. But yeah, so I'm really excited to for some of the SIRs to leak, just so I can have some kind of excuse to cancel or excuse not to cancel. We'll see. I've given up on my we're going to touch on this at the end of the episode, but I've gotten lucky. I've gotten quite a few Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs, and I've got them displayed on my desk. And I thought I was going to have this kick-ass collection, and then I missed Destined Rivals, and then I missed
oh man.
uh, Journey Together, and then I missed uh, Phantasmal Flames. And I'm like, okay, I'm done because I'm not buying them on
Damn.
the secondary market. Um, so
Yeah, that's rough. Speaking of me and Dark Ibex were talking, and we were looking at our because the Japanese Pokemon Center has lotteries for all the product now, and so we were looking at all our lottery entries. It keeps a log of which ones you've won and which ones you didn't win. And I think for both of us in the last year or so, maybe 9 months, only won two products on our accounts. Um,
ooh,
I mean, my wife has an
wow,
account, my kids have an account, but for my account specifically, it was like two products, and he also had two different products that he had won in the last 9 to 12 months. So it's pretty rough if you know if you're a Japanese collector. I mean, you can the product gets out there in the stores though. It's pretty easy. Like Mega Dream right now, where Ibex is, he sees stores that have six boxes per person, like is the limit for Mega Dream still. Uh, where
whoa,
I am, it's a little different, but it's still available. Usually, it's not available this far from release, and it's still I'm seeing it on store shelves for 5 packs per person or 10 packs per person, which is not. I guess 10 packs is a box, so it's more like 5 packs per person. It's the Phantasmal Flames that's 10 packs per person, but it's still out there, and that's not really common in the last 9 months to 12 months. It's not been like that. Usually, a week or two after release, I'm not seeing anything where I'm at. Um,
that's
so they
crazy.
printed a lot of it.
Yeah, it's nothing like that here. I mean, we're already like fighting over Perfect Order, and Ascended Heroes isn't even out yet. Like I already
Yeah, right.
forgot about I feel like Ascended Heroes
It's an old
has
set,
come
right?
and gone, and it hasn't even been released yet. It's
That's
yeah, it's so
crazy.
weird. Like that Dragonite SIR is old news now.
Yeah, and people are already talking about the leaks for the new set in English that we haven't even heard about in Japanese. They showed
Yeah.
like all these different English cards.
And I don't think we're gonna show them on the podcast
No,
here.
yeah.
You can go look them up if you want to see them, but some SIRs leaked from the set after Perfect Order, so that's 3 sets ahead, and that's an assumption. The set abbreviation is CRI. We have no idea what that stands for. I think Crisis is likely Mega Crisis.
Ooh, that's good. I was just gonna say it's for cry,
Yeah, I thought about
crying.
that too.
No.
I thought about that too.
Crying because you
Just
can't get product.
mega cry.
Mega
Um,
cry.
but yeah, I think 5 or 6 SIRs leaked from that set.
Yeah, a
Um,
couple trainers and then like the Greninja and then some other Pokemon. But
yeah, it looks cool. They do not look fake to me at all. I
what do you think about that Greninja card? I actually didn't. I don't like it.
I like it. I'm not a Greninja fan, so I don't have that like personal attachment to it, but I think it's a pretty card. I think I'd be happy if I pulled it,
Hmm.
but
Yeah,
I
I was
wouldn't
just
pick it up as a single.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna go out and buy it, but if I pulled it, I'd be like, oh sweet. I'd probably give it to my son or something.
But that's crazy that we're you know, we're talking about
Yeah,
cards 4 sets ahead right now.
yeah, like
Like
5 or 6 months out from release, right? Like,
yeah, this has to be like what, an August or September release? Like that's insane.
it's yeah, it's pretty far out there. It's just yeah, it's crazy, crazy state we're in right now. Um,
Unless they step it up this year, because we've got at least okay, so we know for sure we have Ascended Heroes. Um, sorry, I know you're not super tuned in on English, but I know we have Ascended Heroes, and then we have Perfect Order, and then we have this quote unquote crisis set, and then we also have the 30th anniversary set,
yeah,
and we
totally.
usually get 4 to 5 sets per year, so we like kind of already know the entire year's releases.
There's got to be more now.
I think there should be one more in there.
Yeah. But it is something I want to keep an eye on because I mean we've seen cards leak this early before I think, but this is really really early. So I want to see we keep a track of like what is it a week ago now that we saw these cards come out, and then from that time until this set releases will give us a good idea of how long it takes or how far ahead that the printers are actually printing these sets. If this is the actual card that releases, if it releases in June, July, or August, that's like 6 to 8 months that they're printing cards ahead. And that's something we've talked about in the past, and people have like theorized like how long does it take to print a set? How far ahead are they starting to print these cards? So that's something I think will be a good bit of, I guess, data to come from it. Sucks that the cards are getting leaked this far ahead because it ruins the surprise and it ruins the opening. It's honestly just a part of the way things are now. But yeah,
It could potentially hurt sales too.
yeah, that's true.
They need the hype to be around the set that's available or soon to be available, not something coming out in August.
Yeah, do you know Java Akuma?
Hmm.
He was in, I think he's like lives in North Carolina. He said he was at a show and he actually saw these cards from that set at the show. Like some guy had them at the show. I was like, that's crazy. Like I wouldn't want to be seen with those things.
If I saw those in person, I would take non-blurry photos right away.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah,
non.
I would take some decent photos and just do a good service to the community. Say, here's some photos that aren't blurry for once. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know if the guy had him in his case or if the guy just brought him to show other
So
vendors
on
or
the inside
what.
of his trench coat.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because that's got to be a brave move, like just to be like, here's some cards that are not out yet for 6 months.
Yeah, here's some stolen property on my table.
Yeah, right.
They're not for sale, but obviously for the right price, they probably are.
Yeah, for sure.
That is ballsy. I wouldn't do something like that. I don't know if I would really want something like that.
No, yeah, it feels a little icky or not right to do that.
Hmm.
Um, I had a friend that wanted some cards graded with ARS, and it was the Ed Hardy Charizard and the Oricorio. And he didn't tell me what they were. He just said, "Hey, I got two cards I want to grade with ARS," and he brought them to me, and I was like, he just like handed them to me, like he didn't tell me what they. And I was like, "Dude, these aren't out." I'm like, I don't know a lot about English, but these aren't out yet for sure. And he's like, "Yeah, I have a friend that gets them early," and I'm like, "Oh shit." But I didn't grade them until I just sent them out to ARS. I just held on to them till later. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, that's weird. As a grading company, like, don't send us stolen product, please. Right? That should be their position, right?
yeah, but we've seen it in the past where they've graded cards ahead of time. It might be a week, it might be 2 weeks, but still, like I don't know why they grade them. I would that like should be like we're not going to grade these until the set's released.
Yeah, I mean, pre-release date, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess
But
yeah. You guys have pre-release. I forgot.
yeah, yeah. And that's 2 to 3 weeks ish in
Okay.
advance. That's acceptable, I
Hmm.
suppose.
Okay.
Still, it's the whole thing is weird. Like, I don't know I don't know why it's not talked about more that that's stolen property.
Yeah, they should. I don't know if they could figure out who it was, but I don't know how you would prove that they took them or if they got them from somebody else. But to make an example of them would be a good thing, probably.
I actually have something like that. Another thing, I don't want to go on too much of a tangent here, but uncut sheets. Also, like, there's very, very, very few out there that were actually released as promotions. But most uncut sheets are stolen property, and I have a trick or trade card that was cut from an uncut sheet.
Mm.
That's stolen property.
Yeah, yeah, it's stuff that's not supposed to get out. I think back in the day, Wizards of the Coast they gave them to employees, right? Yeah, it was a lot less strict back then. The IP wasn't as strong, and so the rules were a little bit more loose. But yeah, nowadays it's like okay, that's definitely like a dumpster dive or taken off the factory line or something,
Yeah, yeah. I think Wizards gave out some fossil sheets, was it, for a Toys R Us promotion?
something like that.
And then there were some like smaller uncut tops sheets that were given out as promotions as well. Really want to get my hands on one of those.
Yeah, sheets would be a cool thing. I want a top sun sheet. They're a little expensive, but it'd be fun to have.
It would be fun to have. Did you happen to catch the Lego trailer
I was
this week?
just thinking about that. I didn't. I don't know if I saw the trailer, but was it related to these? I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah, they had a
Okay.
reveal trailer for the new Pokemon Lego sets. The trailer was um weird.
Oh
If
no, I did. It was like these older dudes like texting each other like, "Hey, the Lego dropped." Is that what you're talking about?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
like, but they like they made a point that like this guy was broke.
Oh, I don't remember that. I didn't catch that. I
Okay.
don't think.
Maybe we're talking about something different, but in the reveal trailer, it's like it's obviously this millennial, and he's got like all these the camera pans down, and there's like all these overdue and unpaid bills on the table, and it's like, and then the like Lego reveal thing is after that, and I watched it back, and I was like, why did they?
Oh
Why
yeah.
was that necessary? Like,
I
I
didn't know
just felt
those were
like an
like
attack.
I guess I okay, yeah, they were like bills that were like here. I guess it was like to get into like to say, oh, you're older now, you're an adult, you're not a kid, so it's you're living this monotonous like mundane lifestyle, and then get back to having fun, and Pokemon can awaken that in you with these Lego sets. I didn't really catch it at first, but yeah, now that you're explaining it, I think yeah, I remember that. That is a weird way to start, though.
It was weird because, I mean, obviously, the economy isn't great. Millennials can't buy homes. Many of us are struggling. So, uh, you know, a lot of us are also like spending the only money we have on Pokemon stuff. And
Can't buy
just
homes, but you can buy $650 Lego set.
to see an acknowledgement of that in the trailer was like it was hurtful. I was like, damn, like that's kind of cold, man.
They know their customers.
Like if they just left that out, I wouldn't it have perhaps it's less relatable because I don't know that that guy is struggling or not. I don't know. It was weird. I thought that was weird. But anyways, what do you think about the Lego sets?
I want all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean the Eevee is probably the one I want the least, but the Pikachu, I want the $651 the most. I'm still working on convincing my wife to let me. I told her I want two of each of them. I want one set to build, and then I want to put it up on my shelf back here, and then I want one set to keep in a box. But that's a lot of money. It's like $2,000.
Yeah, the Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise model, which if you're an audio listener and you haven't seen this yet, it is just the three of them on sort of a pedestal uh with,
It's massive.
cool poses. Yeah, it looks pretty big. It looks like it's probably it must have specs in there. It looks like it's 16 inches tall or something. Yeah, 650 US dollars. That's gonna be like 1,000 Canadian after taxes. I don't think I'm going for that.
Yeah, Legos. I knew Legos were expensive, but this is like they know that this is gonna go crazy. Um,
The end of that trailer too also said, I think it said adults welcome or something.
yeah, that was weird, right?
Yeah, like this was like straight up marketed to us. Which I mean that's fair. It's not like they're gonna market a $650 set to some 6-year-olds.
Yeah. I definitely I do want them. They are expensive. I don't. It's probably not the smartest move, but
Heard
I
that
really want to.
before.
I'm having fun. I'm having fun building. Currently building the Going Merry from One Piece, the ship,
That's cool.
with my kids. We're like taking a turn where we pass around the book, and each one of us does a page. Like, okay, you do
Okay.
this part of the page, I'll do the next page, and we just pass it around the table. I think we're about halfway done right now, but
That's pretty cool.
yeah, they're liking it. They're having fun. I have all of my Legos from when I was a kid too. Um,
That's
my
cool.
mom kept them all. And we have like two massive crates, maybe three. Um, and so the kids have those now, and they play with them every so often. But I think before I just gave them the old Legos I had, and we didn't have any instruction manual, so they're just building whatever. And so
Yeah.
this is like the first time they're actually building with the instruction manual and seeing something come together that looks really cool. And I think they really like that. So um, yeah, I want to get one for us to build, and I think it'd be fun. It'll take us some time for sure.
Sorry.
You just got something happen.
Got some
Hairball.
yeah, I got a hairball. Um, yeah, so I don't know, that was interesting. I'm not a big Lego guy. I was when I was a kid. Actually, we grew up poor, so we had Mega Blocks. Mega Blocks mixed in with the Lego, which was embarrassing when my friends came over.
Yeah, I think I had a couple Mega Blocks that just got thrown
Horrible.
in there from like a swap meet buy,
Yeah.
and then you could just tell like the lighter plastic, little faded, didn't
Yeah.
fit perfectly.
Didn't feel the same. Do you have that? Have you developed a feel for like fake Pokemon cards?
like feeling them in your hand, or like
Yeah,
just
like
seeing them.
sometimes I'll be like shuffling through cards and I'll feel a fake before I see it. That's how I
Mm,
felt with the Mega Blocks.
yeah, yeah. I haven't touched one in a while. I have two fake old like Japanese festival cards because they used to sell them like fakes at the festivals here. And they're just like yeah, very flimsy, I guess. And they're the parent like it's very obvious when you see them visually, but they're just yeah like feel you can definitely if you were you could definitely feel that they're flimsier.
There's something lately I've really been trying to hunt down some like really good fakes. Um, because I have plenty of fake Pokemon cards, like counterfeit ones. Some are just like just absurd. Like they're
Mm.
asinine. They're so bad, right? But I've been looking for some truly counterfeit cards. I've had a really hard time finding them because how do you buy and sell stuff like that, right? But I do know that there have been some pretty good Chinese ones coming out lately. I
Yeah.
know you can also like look up proxy cards. I got that fake Chinese Mew EX that it's fairly convincing until you hold it. Then you can tell it's definitely not real.
Yeah, the visual. Yeah, when you showed sent the picture, I was like, oh, it looks really good. Um, like on first glance. But there was, yeah, those Instagram reels or photos from, there's like a factory of in China or somewhere that's just printing Van Goghs, like on like fake Van Goghs on a factory line.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I think there was like they were doing 151 Japanese packs too,
Mm.
where they recreated the packages and they just put in like random cards. But yeah, it's getting, they're definitely getting better. There was a One Piece card, I don't know if you saw, that was graded by Tag
I did
recently.
see that.
It was like a manga rare, and they I don't know the whole story. I've been seeing the Tag Facebook group go off about it and other people talking about it. Um, yeah, so
Oh,
there's definitely cards getting past grading companies, and we've seen that in the past. It's not nothing new, but
I did see something this week. I forgot to add it to our prep sheet, but there was a Reddit post that gained some traction. This guy basically he had a PSA 10. What was it? I believe it was a Charizard of some sort. It was a dark Charizard, and he bought it and he sent it to PSA to get reholdered because he accidentally got it wet. The card's okay, but he accidentally like some moisture got inside and smeared the ink on the label. So he was like, "Oh, I'll just get it reslabbed." So he sent it into PSA. PSA emails him, says, "This isn't authentic, so we can't reslab it."
oh wow,
And so he posts pictures and he's like, "Guys, what's going on? Like, what do they mean this isn't authentic?" Turns out that he bought a counterfeit slab. So the card's
oh, okay,
authentic. And here's the tricky part. The label is authentic too.
mm,
So he provided a few updates. PSA came back. They said, what we think happened is someone used acetone to remove the ink on the label, to remove the text. So the label still retains all of its anti counterfeit stuff. And then they just printed new text on the label.
oh wow. Why
Yeah.
would they do that though? Were they changing the grade, or what were they? Do they know?
Um,
Because I've
I
heard of
can't
people in the
remember
past.
specifically.
I've heard of people in the past like taking the label out and then taking the card out and putting like a fake PSA slab. They buy them off Timu or something, and then they put the real label, but they put a worse condition card in there, and then they regrade that one that's like a 10 or was a 10, and they do it again.
Right, you can
Um,
swap the label out or you can swap the card out or any combination of that. But in this
yeah.
case, they altered the label. They took the text off, they printed new text on the label. So the card's authentic. The PSA label is authentic. The text on it is not authentic. And then the plastic
Mm,
slab itself, they said was not authentic, but it was incredibly close. They said the only way they could tell that it was fake was, those little vertical and horizontal slats on the inside of the slab, the ones that actually hold
yeah.
the card in place, they were shaped slightly differently than the authentic slab.
Oh
So PSA
wow.
fully admitted, at least according to the Redditor here in their email, that this was one of the most insane counterfeits they'd ever seen.
That's
Like it,
crazy.
and like looking at it, it looks completely legit. So, that
Yeah, if that's the only
sucks.
difference is that inside little like slat that holds it, it'd probably get me, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, yeah, the label being authentic, because I always, it's not something that like I remember to check. It's kind of automatic when I'm looking at a PSA slab. I look at the slab and I see their little hologram and the stuff going on, and it's just there. It's kind of like if you handle cash. Um, or I know at least Canadian cash, we have all sorts of little like holograms and stuff on our banknotes. And it's just kind of there. You don't notice it, but you'll notice if it's gone. And yeah, so something like that could totally sneak by.
Yeah, and I guess that's good to let people know to put into practice, and kind of a reminder to myself, because I don't do this all the time, is if you're looking at a card and you're it's an expensive card, or you just want to be sure, you can, check the certificate number on PSA and look at the scans of the card to see, does it match the card I'm seeing, on this post for sale, or is there something different about it? That's a good way to verify, I've heard, but I don't do that all the time myself. So
I think I can't remember if I put it on my bingo sheet or if I said I was going to put it on my bingo sheet and then I didn't. But I was thinking that Japanese would get the Chinese little counterfeit stamp at the bottom of
mm,
the card.
yeah, I think you did. Yeah,
Yeah. How's that going? Are those working or are fakes just coming out with that little stamp already?
I don't know. That's Chinese, so I don't really do too much with Chinese cards. I haven't heard anything saying that they're not working. I would assume it's just like another little step that they'd have to do. I mean, Chinese cards aren't usually the most. Oh, I guess as of this year, they've been really expensive, but they're not usually the most profitable historically. So I don't know how many people are counterfeiting them. But this last year, they've taken off. So I mean, that Gang, Gengar Pikachu was like, I don't know, like a couple $1,000s or something. Crazy.
Yeah, and the proxy I bought of that card does not have the stamp.
Yeah, I wonder, yeah, how hard it is to reproduce that.
And that was in Gem Pack 3, correct?
You're asking the wrong. I think two or
Two
three, but
two was
yeah.
the EV set, so 3 must have been
Okay,
the
yeah, it must have
the
been three then.
or wait, it was 151, wasn't it? It was their 151 packs.
I have no idea.
I think it was their 151 packs, but what I'm trying to segue into right now is that the fourth gem pack was I believe just revealed. I don't think it's out quite yet, but it was revealed this week, and it's featuring a Ponyta, or at least that's
Mm.
their marketing right now. It has an exclusive Ponyta IR, which is it's not it's more cute than anything. It's a cute card.
Yeah. I think it's because it's the year of the horse, right? This
Mhm.
2026 is the year of the horse, so it's in theme with that. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Ponyta, some people are fans of. I don't. It's a cool Gen 1 Pokemon. How do you feel about all these different hollows? You just did a hollow video. How do you feel about all these different hollows in this Chinese packs? There's what, six different variations of the same card?
Yeah, so I opened a couple boxes of Gem Pack 2 and I got probably 80% of the master set complete. I quite like the various hollow patterns, all the variants of the card. So Gem Pack 2 had two copies of each evolution. So there's two different Eevee arts, two different Sylveon arts, etc., etc. And then each of those arts had the six variations. So
Mm.
when you open up your binder pages, it's just like it's a full page of Eevees, and then some bleeds over onto the next page, and then it's a full page of Flareons. And I actually really enjoyed that. I thought it was a really fun setup to sort of flip through. So, um, yeah, I think if you don't take it too seriously, it's awesome. But if you really want to master set one of these, it's going to be a huge pain in the butt. But it looks good in a binder.
Yeah, yeah, I could see how that would look nice in a binder all together. Yeah, I think it's like a fun little chase for people. I probably, wouldn't go after it myself. I do like how they do the master ball kind of angled off to the side offset. It looks really
Hmm.
cool.
Hmm.
It looks nice. I don't know what about it. I guess the rest of the card is very symmetrical and where things are placed, but that little like offset touch makes it look really cool.
I would expect something bigger than Ponyta, though, right? Like Ponyta might be the sort of the mascot Pokemon for this set, but they gotta slip in like Pikachu or Eevee Charizard or something like that, right?
Yeah, I mean maybe. I don't know. I think I'm the wrong person to ask. I'm gonna ask Henry from Henry's Poke Corner. He's into the Chinese and Korean cards.
Okay, okay. I mean, I just don't think. I mean, nothing against Ponyta, but that's not really going to sell packs, is it? Not that they need to you
Yeah,
know.
maybe. Yeah, you're right. There's probably going to be some bigger hit in there. Um, it seems like they've been doing a lot with the Pikachu in the forest. Those cards where he's in the forest.
I think it's almost time for listener questions, but I did want to cover a couple more things first. There was a Pokemon article, like on Pokemon.com, about some giant Pokemon cards. So there was an event held last year, man, I think September, perhaps. And I saw some images, but I didn't really understand what was going on. It's kind of weird that this article came out now. And it was actually written by Ross from PTCG Radio.
Hmm,
And so there's an event in the UK where they played a TCG game of giant, well, they use giant Pokemon cards. Big, like these are like poster sized Pokemon cards. They actually had packs that you opened too. And I saw some images of like giant Pokemon cards, and I was like, okay, giant Pokemon cards, say some kind of marketing material. I didn't know they made a whole bunch of these, and they actually played a game with these giant cards. So,
that's cool.
anyone out there who's working on like ultra completionist super grandmaster sets, rip.
Oh my god.
I am
Isn't it? Yeah,
sorry.
that's wild. They did something like that in Japan a few years ago. I don't know if it was Yokosuka or Yokohama or somewhere. They covered the city in like cards, and there was different sizes, but they were like movie poster size to like covering a floor. They were like massive cards that they were just covering Japan with. Um, and then also, I don't know if you've seen like the card shop promotional posters that look like uh Pokemon cards, but
Hmm.
Rob Burns, he showed off one on his Instagram a couple months back where his card shop, he got the I think it's like the Phantasmal Flames Charizard EX, regular EX card, but it's like a lenticular poster
Ah, I did see
that
that.
looks like a card, and I was like, that is sick. That is really cool. That's something I would definitely want. But yeah. So they have made like big cards in the past. I didn't know about the UK one though, that what they were playing the game with.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Like it showed them like, walking around the game and like trying to
That's wild.
shuffle these cards and trying to organize them and stuff.
Was a damage counter like a rock, like a boulder?
Oh man, that'd be really
Like
funny.
massive dice and damage counters.
That'd be really fun. Do
Yeah.
you want to move on to listener questions?
Yeah. Do we want to just do you okay, we could do that or we could just briefly show how wrong we were with the Pikachu Illustrator.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's
Okay.
let's talk
Just
about
really
it.
quickly. So we I think we guessed last week. We weren't even sure if it was going to pass the initial 5.3 million. I think I had said 6 million maybe. I think we're way off. It's
Yeah.
currently at 4.8 million with the buyer's premium. It's at 5.9 and it's got 32 days left.
And just in case if someone's listening and they don't know what buyer's premium is, that's what the buyer has to pay. It's basically it's an added tax from the auction platform. So the current bid is at 4.8, but if someone buys it today at this price, they have to pay 5.9.
Yeah, it's the auction house's fee that they get
Mhm.
for selling the
Mhm.
card. But yeah, I don't even think honestly think we're not close. And I laughed at Logan Paul when he had said on his Instagram post one day that it was $17 million that card is worth. I think that's what Card Ladder values it at. And people are like, how do you value a card that's had no like previous sales close to that? Like it's the highest sale was 5.3. How do you value it at 17? But now I don't know if I don't know if I doubt it now. It's we're 32 days away from this finalizing. It's at $6 million almost.
Yeah, I've got mixed feelings about this. I'm excited about it, but disgusted at the same time. Yeah, I don't know if at the end, like if this is a net positive for the Pokemon community. I guess we'll
We'll
wait and
keep
see.
yeah we'll keep up to date with it and probably talk about it here and there in the coming episodes. Probably every week, honestly,
Well,
till this
yeah,
thing's
so
over.
we do want to position this podcast as more collectors focused. So we're trying to dial back on the sales and the investments a little bit. But yeah, it's probably worth providing short updates on this Illustrator card.
Yeah. All right. Q&A time.
Let's do it. Let's line up Braden's leg question.
Are we going to do the leg question first?
Oh, is there actually a leg question?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Okay. All
Let's
right.
hit it. Braid and groom. It'd be weird. I'd be double checking the comments if there wasn't. I'd have to check on Braden and be like, "Hey, dude, you okay?" Braden Groom asked if you have to count the total number of Pokemon legs in Gen 1, are you counting Kangaskhan as 2 or 4 legs?
Okay, so this is sort of there's a lot to unpack here. Um, do we ever see Kangaskhan on all fours, or is it strictly bipedal?
I think yeah, I don't think it goes on all fours. I mean,
Okay.
maybe when it's at home. I don't know.
When it's not on camera. Okay,
Yeah.
so if Kangaskhan's bipedal, then the question is, do we count the baby's feet, his legs?
That's what I was thinking. Because it does have feet, the baby. It'd be weird if it didn't. Um, I say it's 4 legs, honestly, with the 2 for the baby, 2 for the mama.
I'm gonna say two because
Really?
the baby never comes out until it mega evolves.
But it's still got legs though. It's just tucked away, right?
I guess. I mean, we haven't seen him.
I guess based off the initial design, they probably we don't know, but
We
I
don't
think
know if that baby can come out. It might be a growth. It,
it
I'm
just
not wrong. It
I
might be.
guess, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I say 4. I guess we'll you say 2.
Yeah, I say two.
All right, we'll meet in the middle. We'll call it 3.
That sounds fair. Kangaskhan's rocking a third leg.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah,
All right,
there's your answer, Braden.
3. All right, we have another question. One more question. This one is from Sokolova 21. What do you think are the coolest displayable sealed products? This is a cool question.
I think that's SoCal Lava.
Oh, I should know that. I'm from Southern California.
Yeah. Ooh, this is such a good question. What do you think? I guess you're probably going to answer for Japanese, and I'll answer for English in this case.
Yeah, okay. I think that you could say that the like Japanese exclusive boxes, like the 25th anniversary boxes, we don't have like a lot of ancillary products, but when we do get them, they're usually like exclusive or promotional products. Like the Pikachu boxes, you can kind of see where are they? Right there, those Pokemon Center boxes.
Hmm.
Those are kind of cool. I just have my stuff shoved back there.
EV
But
Heroes.
yeah, I think there's like that Unagaba box up there.
Ooh.
But I think maybe it's like more of how people display products. Like I said, mine's just shoved back there, so it doesn't look cool necessarily. It's just there. But I think there's people that collect, like at one of every ETB, and they make a wall of ETBs. I think that's kind of cool. I'm not a fan of ETBs, but I think when people have like a theme or a vision for how they want to display stuff, it starts to, it's same with binders. Like people that can curate a binder that looks really cool and has like a theme to it, it makes everything look better when you have a vision and a design for it that's nice.
Yeah, yeah. I think for me, first of all, I think those Japanese boxes are probably the prettiest, like the most displayable, like those Pokemon Center ones or the EV Heroes or
Mm.
stuff like that. Like that's probably the coolest thing to keep sealed, or like the Poncho Pikachu boxes.
Ooh, yeah, those are
Yeah,
cool.
they actually look good. Like
Mm.
they really do. I think ETBs are good, but not all of the designs land for me. I think the Destin Rivals one looks amazing. I love that
Yeah.
one. But like the prismatic one, for example, is just Eevee with the terrestrialized crown jewels, and I don't know. It just doesn't really hit for me. I have this Charizard EX box that came out a few months ago, I think. It's got the lenticular Charizard in it. And so I'm it has this sort of like charred border. I don't know what you would call that. but it looks really cool. I think stuff like this, the
Yeah.
more creative collection boxes are really cool to keep sealed.
Yeah, that does look really cool.
And then like I don't know, there's like the really big stuff, which I know you don't get in Japan, but like Blooming Waters, for example, just massive, massive product, huge box. Um,
You actually
yeah,
just reminded me. So yeah, we don't get it in Japan too much, but like the bigger stuff. So I have, oh, you can't see them. These Chinese boxes, the EV boxes.
those are cool. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, so those are like, that's the reason I got them was just, it's like, oh, those look really cool as displayable boxes. My mic's in the way, sorry. Um, but yeah, they have those for I think all the evolutions. The other ones are a bit smaller, but for the Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon, they're like the huge ones. And I've seen people that have all of them though, and they have them lined up across the shelf, and it looks really cool.
Another one that comes to mind is a couple of years ago in Japan, they had some jumbo cards come out. And those were really, really cool products because when we get jumbos, it's like it's usually this huge thing with the jumbo in the little plastic window. But these Japanese products were they were boxed and they had it was about the size of the jumbo. And there was a it really oh, what am I trying to say here?
They like
It
framed it.
yeah, they like framed the jumbo and the product was like, "Hey, look at this jumbo." Instead
Mm.
of over here in North America, what we get is like, here's Pokemon product and here's the obligatory jumbo card that you don't want. Um, and yeah, they were illustration rare jumbos. So I think there's Latios, Oricorio, Ditto, and Lapras. And those
Mm.
were really cool products. Like those that's something you want to keep on display for sure.
Yeah, yeah, those are there's some good products. It's a good question. That's
Yeah,
something I wouldn't have thought of really. But I appreciate it. Those types of questions. They make you think about what we have.
yeah, and if we missed something, if there's a product that you have that you like to keep sealed
Mhm.
because you think it looks good, let us know because I'm curious to hear other people's answers. Because like even as we were talking there, I just thought of the Poncho Pikachu's or you know
Yeah,
a lot more keeps coming to mind the more we talk about it. So I'd like to hear other people's answers.
yeah. Let us know.
But thank you for listening to another week of the Weekly Weedle. We appreciate you guys and thanks for watching.
It's my new weekly Weedle sign.
I'll edit that out.
All right, bye.